Hey everybody, welcome back to Silver Lion episode 3. Today, what I'm going to go ahead and get started on is I'm going to go ahead and clean up all the foliage like we were talking about. I have some ideas. I'm going to go ahead and finish all the detailing around these pavilions really fast, put tables, etc. in them. I'm going to go through and correct some missing pieces on like the train station and the surrounding buildings. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do at that point is actually lay the pathway to make it so that peeps can actually come in. I am not going to be working on the parking lot or the backstage area today. I'm going to kind of leave that aside because what I really want to get started on is laying some groundwork on the actual interior of the park as well as the very first ride finally. Figured episode 3 was about time that I went ahead and started that. What I'm going to go ahead and do is actually an intimate accelerator coaster, just a small little one that I believe for now will actually kind of sit right here and go over this direction, in which case then the path will kind of go underneath as well, and then that plaza type area will be right here. So that's what we're going to get started on today. I'll go ahead and get straight to the time lapse, so I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so far I have gotten everything done that I wanted to, so except for the actual inside of the park itself. The foliage I believe looks a lot better. I may adjust it later, but for now I'm going to leave it. I'm pretty pleased with it. I am using these tree bases that Saxman actually designed for his Bethlehem Steelworks Park. And then I added these tables in here. I was originally going to actually just make them out of some trim and whatnot, but I feel like these work pretty well, so I'm going to leave it as is. Then I also added some more foliage over here. I don't know if I'm actually going to build a building over here. I feel like it might be a little bit too heavy if I do that. I just might build some like Like it might be a building here for like the back entrance to kind of block off this at a later time. Like I said, I'm not working on the parking lot today or the back end structure at all. Now, I did lay the pathway to make this functional. I'm not 100% sure if it actually worked. After I had already laid the pathway in invisible path, I realized that I should have laid it in regular path first, and then actually laid invisible path over to make sure it all connected properly. But I think I went through the pinch points, like right here where the scenery, etc., connects with it, and I checked with the tile inspector to make sure it all connects. So I will have to be doing that as like a trial and error over the next little while. If I see anything off screen, I'll just go ahead and fix it with the tile inspector. I'm not going to waste any more time on it right now. But now that that's done, I want to go ahead and there's a couple small details I'm going to touch up really fast, which should only take a few seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and start on the interior, kind of lay some groundwork of where I want to put the plaza and maybe some other buildings and whatnot. And then I'm gonna lay down the track itself for the coaster. This will be also a trial and error thing. I've never actually made one of these coasters. I've seen many of them, but this will be a good time to go ahead as I need to go ahead and put it down. So now I am also considering some sort of like a train or monorail or something within the park itself. So I will be thinking about that and trying to compare to where it's going to actually go so that the coaster is technically not in the way, because I will have the path going underneath it. But that'll be something that'll be on a later episode anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and just get back to the time lapse. All right, so guys, I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what I kind of just planned out. This is all subject to change, remember, but the idea is the yellow really is just pathway. This green right here is going to be like water, and there's going to be like little areas for them to kind of come off the side of the pathway and kind of sit here, but it'll be lower than the actual path itself. And then kind of like a Disney parks and stuff around where they do like their fireworks shows and whatnot, how they can kind of sit down near the water and whatnot, or Vegas if you've ever been towards like the MGM ground, stuff like that. And then this red will be buildings like shops, etc., which I'll be going for a kind of like a classic Main Street kind of feel. And then this will be just some more buildings right here. This will lead over to another completely other end of the park. This will lead up here to some probably like a custom hacked carousel ride of some sort or something. I mean, that can change, but that's probably what I'm thinking. I'll even this out too, as I do know that's not even. This will actually be land right here, and I'm debating on putting like a shoestring merry-go-round kind of in the central island that you can get over through some bridges. And then over here is that coaster that I was talking about, where I kind of just laid it. The station will be here. It'll launch going this way, go up and over the top hat, and then back down and around. So I'm not going to really focus on this section right now. I just wanted to make sure to kind of draw that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the coaster, as I'm sure you guys probably would love to see some rides built now that the park is actually operational. So I'll go ahead and get right back to that. There we go, guys. I've got the actual coaster track laid itself. Struggled a little bit with the overlay of the vertical coaster. I haven't really done that a lot, so I kind of just cut it out because I just sat there and struggled with it for a while. But I do need to do quite a bit with this still. I have catwalks I need to build. I need to build the actual coaster station, which I want to custom do. Redo all this path to be invisible and custom as well. Custom supports, tall custom supports here, and cross beams to hold the coaster up itself. I don't have a name for this yet. I'm going to leave that as is in case any of you guys actually have any suggestions. So if you do, please send them my way. But I'm going to go ahead and get back to just building the actual coaster itself and everything that goes with it so that we can just get it done so it'll look good. Okay guys, there we go. I've gone ahead and finished this coaster. Now the supports themselves, I'm not really sure if I'm liking them. I mean, they work. I feel like they need some cross beams. I gotta look up some pieces that would actually function properly with that with the isometric view. I'll also look around to see if there's better ways to do it. If any of you guys have any ideas though, I'd love to hear it. It helps me improve this park. But yeah, we went ahead and added in the catwalks across here and all the custom supports. I'm not 100% sure what kind of scenery underneath this that I'll do. Probably nothing much. If anything, I'll probably just either leave it as is, or I will just add in some like grave tile underneath it with like a gate around it. But that's gonna be it for it. I don't have a name for the coaster yet, so if you've got any ideas, I'm all ears for that. So please send them my way. We worked on this this queue line a little bit more as well, and some of the foliage around it. I added these like sunshades for the guests as they stand in the line. It doesn't get so hot. I also did change this up quite a bit and kept changing it, so I'm sorry if I was confusing you. We did also kind of map out the plaza, water area, etc. that we're going to do over here. Obviously that can change. This is going to be the guest visitor center like you'd have in most theme parks or amusement parks, coming in from information kiosk, maps, you name it. But I also went through. I've cleaned up the paving system here off screen actually, so it's all functional as far as I can tell. I was having some issues where things kept breaking. I've never really been a professional when it comes down to the actual paving system with invisible paths and whatnot, so it still may take some work. As you can see here, there's might be something confusing. These guests are getting really confused over here. But as far as that goes, though, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Shoot me a chat on Discord or in the comments below if you have any opinions or suggestions. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I will see you next time.